So welcome back to Sepang. I'm Nick Harris, sitting alongside me, Matt Burt, down in pit lane, Dylan Gray for this penultimate round, the MotoGP World Championship.
Pedrosa, Marquez, Rossi on the front row. Row 2, Lorenzo, Crutchlow and Andrea Iannone.
Row 3, Andrea Dovizioso, Maverick Vinales and Bradley Smith. Row 4, Aleix Espargaro, Pol Espargaro fit and Danilo Petrucci.
Row 5 headed by Stefan Bradl, Scott Redding and Jack Miller. Row 6, Bautista, Yoni Hernandez and Nicky Hayden making his last Grand Prix appearance in Malaysia.
Row 7, Loris Baz, Tony Elias and Eugene Lafferty. Row 8, Mike DeMeglio, Ant West and Damien Cudlin. And row 9, all on his own, the naughty boy, Hector Barbera.
Hector Barbera, if you are just joining us, penalised for an incident this morning with Pol Espargaro. He was 10th on the grid. He starts now from the back of the grid.
The moment of truth is getting closer. Will we have a new 2015 MotoGP World Champion? Can Lorenzo claw back anything advantage? Can the Yamahas match the pace and the speed of the Hondas at the front? Stay with us, because we are about to find out.
This 20-lap Malaysian Grand Prix, remarkably, is Valentino Rossi's 329th Grand Prix appearance. It's a new record for appearances in Grand Prix racing history. Will he celebrate by taking the 2015 MotoGP World title?
Lorenzo's leading the sighting lap, and that's a good start, isn't it, up towards turn 4. Dylan, track conditions.
Look, it's going to be fine. It is quite hot and humid. It is a little bit warmer than it was in Moto2, but the good thing is this rain that they thought might come has stayed away. That doesn't mean that the teams won't be prepared. There could be a few interesting things with regards to wet tyre choice should they need to switch onto the number 2 bike. However, I don't think we should get into that right now, because as we stand, like you guys said, medium front, medium rear, it's going to be a straight shootout.
Take a big deep breath at home. Boy, Lorenzo, Danny Pedrosa. A little bit of a wiggle there from Andrea Iannone. And there he is, Valentino Rossi. In there also, Marc Marquez. Certainly not sending Christmas cards to each other at the moment. Just to remind you of the situation. Rossi leads that World Championship by 11 points. Will he be crowned the new champion?
The world waits with bated breath. The 2015 Malaysian Grand Prix about to start in front of a crowd of almost 90,000 fans. Valentino Rossi versus Jorge Lorenzo. The 2015 MotoGP World Championship potentially on the line in the next 20 laps.
Confirmation there, Marc Marquez in 3rd place, Andrea Iannone in 4th. Then Jarvis, the boss of Yamaha Racing. One ear he's thinking of Rossi, the other ear he's probably thinking of Jorge Lorenzo. There's been a lot of goings on off the track this weekend. There's been a lot of pretty nasty stuff said. That is now forgotten, or is it forgotten? Because
we're about to find out.
We are. This is the showdown. It's the penultimate round. It's 20 laps of the Sepang circuit. Will Valentino Rossi, at 36 years old, be crowned the 2015 MotoGP World Champion?
Marc Marquez got away well from the middle of the front row of the grid. So did Valentino Rossi. Danny Pedrosa moves to the middle of the track on that run down to the first corner. Jorge Lorenzo's been swamped by the 2 factory Ducatis. Disastrous start for Lorenzo. It's Dovizioso that tries to sweep around the outside of Rossi. It's the 2 Hondas led by Danny Pedrosa that lead this race. Dovizioso, Lorenzo getting squeezed by the 2 Ducatis. What a nightmare for the Spaniard.
Lorenzo trying to fight his way through the pack. The 2 Hondas lead the way, but Rossi in 3rd place. Turn 3, up towards turn 4 they come. Pedrosa leads Marquez. Here comes Lorenzo up the inside on the brakes. What a move by Lorenzo.
Lorenzo up the inside of both the factory Ducatis at turn number 4. Brilliant from the number 99. That was reminiscent of Andrea Iannone last weekend at Phillip Island when he swept under Marc Marquez and Valentino Rossi. It's Danny Pedrosa that leads this Malaysian Grand Prix from Marquez, from Rossi. Lorenzo having to fight really hard to make a break away from Dovizioso.
crucial first lap of the race. Through 7 and 8 they come. Up now towards turn 9. Favourite overtaking place at this circuit. Even Rossi, I don't think, will attempt it this time around. The Ducatis of Iannone, in particular, try to fight back against Lorenzo.
Up through turn 11, opening lap of this Malaysian Grand Prix. It's Dani Pedrosa chasing a 7th Premier Class podium here in the Far East. There is Valentino Rossi. Lorenzo, has he finally broken that determined early charge of the Ducati GP15s of Andrea Dovizioso and Andrea Iannone. There's Espargaro in 7th place. Good start to this race for Espargaro. He's gained 5 places on the opening lap.
Rossi closing up on Marquez. Remember the war of words on Thursday evening from Rossi. Down the back straight, well over 200 miles an hour, down through the gearbox into turn 15.
We're about to complete the first lap then. It is Pedrosa from Marquez, then it's Valentino Rossi. Jorge Lorenzo has clawed right up onto the back wheel of Valentino Rossi. This is going to be the first big shootout between the two factory Yamaha riders. And Lorenzo makes his move up the inside the first corner. Caught Rossi napping in the braking zone for turn number 1. Rossi tries to fight back. They almost touch through the first corner. Lorenzo up into 3rd.
Oh, Lorenzo has been mighty aggressive on the first lap. Even more aggressive up at turn 1. They almost touch, but Lorenzo now up into 3rd place. Honda's at the front, Lorenzo 3rd. Rossi, Iannone, great start, as you say, from Espargaro. Despite that injured neck, that would not be enough. 8 points. We'd be on our way to Valencia. We saw it in Moto 3. You blink and it changes at the top of the championship table.
Brilliant move by Lorenzo on the brakes down into that first corner to take 3rd place away from Valentino Rossi. The live World Championship standings, Rossi's lead will be cut down to 8 points heading to that final round in Valencia. Of course, it was 8 points, the gap between Rossi and Nicky Hayden 9 years ago, and we all know what happened there between the American and the Italian. Can Rossi respond in his favourite braking zone, turn number 9? No, he can't, not close enough. Lorenzo holds firm. Lorenzo and Rossi then trying to break away from Dovizioso. Andrea Iannone really struggling to go with his Ducati teammate. He's dropped down in 6th place.
Valentino Rossi made a decent start. Near as that overtaking manoeuvre at turn 1. He came from a long way back. They almost... Rossi tries to pull back up the inside. Lorenzo, as they flick it left through turn 2 where it dips away, just holds the advantage. Problems here for Iannone.
Well, we said Iannone was struggling to run the pace of the top 6, and that's the reason why. Mechanical on that factory GP15. About to complete the 2nd lap. It's still Dani Pedrosa that leads the way from Marquez. Then it's Lorenzo through turn number 15. Valentino Rossi in 4th. Now, what's the gap between Lorenzo and Rossi at the end of this 2nd lap? Is Rossi finding it hard to go with his teammate? Lorenzo has just set the best lap of the race, a 2:00.6, and worrying for Valentino Rossi, it was half a second quicker than the Italian.
This is Lorenzo in turn 1. This is where he took over 3rd place on the last lap from Valentino Rossi. Lorenzo really has got the charge on through turn 3. They start climbing the hill up towards turn 4. Valentino Rossi, well, it's early stages of the race. You can't talk about damage limitation just that. There is Andrea Dovizioso, just got a glimpse of him. And Cal Crutchlow moving up into 6th place.
Marquez out wide at turn number 4. He got it wrong on the brakes down into turn number 4. Jorge Lorenzo sweeps underneath him. Lorenzo now into 2nd place. Starts the pursuit of Dani Pedrosa, but it was a mistake by Marquez on the brakes into turn 4.
What an important mistake that could be. Rossi now closes up on Marquez. This is going to be very fierce indeed after the war of words on Thursday night. Pedrosa, Lorenzo, Marquez, Rossi closes up as they come into turn 9. 17 and a half laps to go. What a race already unfolding.
Lorenzo was half a second inside of Marquez's race lap record set last year on the 2nd lap of this Malaysian Grand Prix, and Lorenzo now in 2nd place. He took full advantage of that mistake by Marquez up at turn number 4. We're back on board with Marquez through turn number 12. There is Valentino Rossi then trying to find his way through. It's Dani Pedrosa that's in control though of this Sepang race. Pedrosa's advantage.